This video is brought to you by MPEC Printery, specializing in t-shirt printing, posters, and shipping from the USA. Call 876-775-6692 or 876-337-7374. Andy Gone Nuts, 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is also brought to you by BLC Jamaica Security Electronics, specializing in alarm system, video surveillance, camera system or CCTV, barrier system, gate automation, and access control. Call 876-320-7711. That's 876-320-7711 or 876-351-1105. That's 876-351-1105. Hey folks, good morning. Good morning. How is everyone doing? I hope you all are doing well. Me llamo Simón y bienvenidos a Reggae Boyz Commentary. Este canal es para las personas que encantan el fútbol jamaiquino y también por las personas que encantan fútbol todo el mundo. Yo sé, es muy difícil para ver el equipo de Jamaica en muchos partidos, pero encanta Jamaica. Jamaica es un país muy fácil para conducir y muchas más. Number one guy says, easy question, Simon. 60% of them are because they love Brazilian skill and flair. The next 40 are wagonist. It's an interesting point, and I think it stems from a lot of important factors, you know? Yeah, good morning. Hope you're doing well. So here's the thing. All right. I guess you have to take the story back to the 1950s or thereabouts. So this is basically what happened. So to make a long story short, there's a style. There's a Brazilian style, right? And it's called capoeira. Right? And capoeira is a style of a Brazilian martial art that combines elements of dance and acrobatics, spirituality, and even music as well. Brazil, as you know, has the largest Black population in the entire world. It's basically a melting pot of enslaved Africans, indigenous Brazilians, and Portuguese influences. So those three come together, basically make up what Brazil is at this point in time. So, in the 1800s, the slaves in Brazil, what they would do is the capoeira was banned by the Portuguese who owned the land. And basically what happened was the Jinga was used in protection. And they found, the Brazilians that is, the blacks in Brazil used the Jinga, had to find it another way in order to communicate to their fellow people. And they use it through football. So that Jinga style, that style that people across the world love, the Joga Bonita, stemmed from Brazil. And The Jinga literally means rocking back and forth to swing. That's literally what it means if you're to translate it into English. Muito obrigado, meu amigo Marcinho Silva, para essa informação. So basically, I was just talking a bit of Portuguese there to give a bit of insight into things. So this style, Brazil used the Jinga in the 1950 final. They lost, and they decided that they weren't going to use it, and they were going to abandon this because it didn't work. So, but here comes along a lad named Pele, who had the Jinga style, whose style was to many primitive, but he brought it back. Brazil won 58 and 62, and the Jinga never left Brazilian football since. So, and that is what has, in many ways, impacted the world. And in many ways, you could say also impacted Jamaica in terms of their love for football as well. Played a massive, massive important role there as well. J-Bads, only young people alone have different team. Am I young? I have a different team, but I wouldn't say it's because of that. You know, persons have said it as well that my style of play, even from my school, was of a typical English centre half. But going back to the point in relation to the Brazilians, I'll make this extremely clear. But Jamaicans love the fancy footwork, the skill, the aesthetically pleasing elements to the eye. In a sense, we have to thank Brazil for that because perhaps we would not have seen Jamaica gravitate to the beautiful game. So, kudos. Muito obrigado a brasileiro por el estilo de futebol, por essa información. So, thank you very much to Brazil for bringing the Jinga to football so that persons can be able to be touched. Because look, the entire world is impacted by this. Just like how the entire world is impacted by Bob Marley, the entire world is impacted by the Jinga, the style of play that the Brazilians brought in the 50s and 60s and 70s. You know, and to this very day, elements of the Jinga is used. You know what I'm saying? So who knows if the Jinga was abandoned by Brazil in the 50s? Jamaica might not have loved football the way they do now. Jamaica might have loved cricket, and that might have been our number one sport for years and years and years. Who knows? It might have just been track and field. But because of the Jinga, the love of football is here. Because of the Jinga, we have hope. Because of the Jinga, we can be proud. Although it's not my style of play, it's something that we should be happy about. Roderick Sharp says, if you're a 70s baby, you will love Brazilian football. Look, I'm not a 70s or 80s individual, but what I can tell you is this. I can appreciate good football. I'm a student of the game. But that's not my style, of course. I say it like I'm a professional football player. That's not my style in particular. But you guys can understand exactly why you would have a situation where a Jamaican loves Brazil, loves the style, and why a young man in the Jamaica Premier League in schoolboy football would want to imitate that same skill set to what we're seeing right now done by the Jamaican team. So for me, I can understand what people are trying to say. So yeah. So I can really, really understand that. Jason Guna says, what are your thoughts on Roy Keane comments about Brazil celebrations? The part that I agree with Jason Guna is the coach being involved. Even if I'm leading 6-0 as a coach and I'm involved in a celebration, a goal celebration, I find that a tad bit unprofessional. I don't have a problem with you celebrating after each goal. I don't have a problem with that at all. But the coach being involved, for me, it didn't sit well for me, if I'm being completely frank and honest with you. After the game, fine. The coach being involved in the chicken dance or the duck dance, I'm cool with that. No problem about during the game, when the game is still going on, when there still could be an opportunity for the South Koreans to get back into the game. Milo, maybe yes, a slim chance. But for me personally, the coach Tita being involved in the celebrations, it didn't sit well for me. Imagine Tapa, Tapa, Coach Grimmy, and Justin McMaster said, "Coach, do the Willie Bones, Coach, Willie Bones, Coach." Or him do the, or what the next one to go? Bones, Bones. Asking Coach Halgrimson to do the Bones. You know what I'm saying? I was going to say because we have similar team jerseys, but yeah, most non-Brazilians like Brazil are bandwagon. Arms says, "Oh come on, people are too sensitive. Coach is allowed to celebrate any goals, even if it's 15 minutes." I didn't say a coach can't celebrate. I didn't say that. I said I would prefer to do that after the game. That's all that I'm saying. When a goal comes, him can go, yeah, and bump him fist in the ear and all of those certain things. You understand what I'm saying? But my situation and my thinking is this. Listen, you have to be professional at the day. The job is not done. This is still first half, and you still have a job to accomplish and everything of that nature. So for me, I just found it quite bizarre that he would involve in things. It was funny to watch, absolutely. It was funny to watch, but that's how I feel. Alric Trail says, "Good morning to all." Deco, as I said before, the team celebrating each goal, that's cool with me. The coach being involved with the celebrations now, in the middle of the match, not after the match. If it was after the match now, I can say, all right, Coach Halgrimson, do the Willie Bones or do the Wacky Dip first. Yeah, that would be fun. That would be hilarious after the game when the result is done. You know, it's a Jamaica win. Then, yeah, man, Wacky Dip, Willie Bones, all of them same thing there. No problem with that at all. That's cool for me. You know what I'm saying, guys? So that's personally how I feel about the matter. But me know where I come from. Yeah, honestly, yeah, man. A coach from the sidelines, a goal scorer, yeah, bum face. Yeah, celebrate with the assistant coach, or you run up and down the touchline and come back. But you involve yourself in a dance with the team. Interesting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But honestly, though, guys, seriously, I'm telling you from now, coach have to do it as well. Honestly, he would have to do it. Morning, how you doing? Personally, I think it's important that he would have to immerse himself in the Jamaican culture from that standpoint, because he hasn't even moved on the island as yet. He moves in January, and he'll also set up his dentistry business as well. So he won't be just the head coach of the national team. He'll also set up a dentistry as well, so that he'll be part of that element in particular. And in addition to that, I guess at that point in time, he'll be able to immerse himself more in the Jamaican culture and everything of that nature. So personally, I feel that by the time he's settled and everything, he'll be all set for those matches in particular in March. So the Nations League is Mexico, that's against March. The Gold Cup is in the States in June. So from that standpoint, he'll blend in. He's blend into the culture, and it will work out from that aspect. But you guys can let me know your 2 cents about it as well. You guys can tell me how you feel about it, if it sits well with you. Why is it as well? You guys can tell me. Not sure I get the correlation between dancing and coaching. After the dance, does teacher suddenly lose the ability to coach? I didn't say that he loses the ability to coach. I didn't say that. I said that it looks a tad bit unprofessional. That's what I said. Omzo says, does this Jamaican coach have full charge of selecting players without politics involved? Yes. Yes, he has a full say, absolutely, 100%. Roderick Sharp says, in my opinion, I see team unity with coach celebrate a victory and nothing wrong with it. Like I said, after the game, no problem with that at all. No problem at all. But this is still in the first half. This is still in the first half with still another 45 minutes to go. And he's involved in team selections. Of course, you guys would have a different view, and that is fine. But as I've said before, the team celebrating, absolutely no problem. If they want to celebrate every single goal and it goes up to 9 and then celebrate all 9, that's fine. That's fine. You have that opportunity, you have that privilege. You're using that 30 to 90 seconds for that moment in time. That's cool. That's on them to ensure that they can be able to master that element in particular. So that's cool with me. It's different. It's unique. So we shall see, folks. We shall see. But yeah, let me know your thoughts about everything. Next topic, Simon Law, the celebration. I've said what I've had to say about that already. But yeah, so as you guys know as well, back in '65, George Penner was the head coach as well for the national team, and he was part of that team that got to the final round of the qualifiers as well. But the Brazilian influence is still there. And you can say for the Jamaican economy as well, it's also having an impact because people sending the merchandise on the road, the flags, etc. So, and it's and Statin, the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, has also proven it as well that every day in this tournament that Brazil has played, there's been zero recorded deaths on the island every time that they've played within this competition. And we haven't had that since November 16, 1997. That was the last time that we actually had that in particular. Jason Guna says clearly endears us to his players. They love the guy, and that adds to the team chemistry. I would say uncommon, but unprofessional is a bit harsh for me. And that's your opinion. That's your opinion. Of course, the Brazilian culture is a bit more loving and affectionate and a bit more everything of that nature. Because you even saw yesterday, Casemiro was digging Neymar's nose and removing sweat from his nose. So you can see that affection from that element as well. So yeah, I understand that culture. And I'm not saying that they should not stop it. I'm just answering a question in terms of my opinion. That is my opinion. And your opinion is different. It's just simple as that. That's all. Just a different opinion from that standpoint. But that's just how I feel. As a coach, I wouldn't celebrate with the team during the match. I would celebrate at the full-time whistle. That's me. That's me, Simon Preston. But Chicha doing him thing. Who am I to tell Chicha what him can and cannot do? It's him team. We all have free will, don't we? Yeah, we all have free will, so he can do exactly what he would like to do. So, in terms of the other elements, as you guys know, we've had physiotherapists that have had that Brazilian sort of link as well. And in addition to that, the coaching staff from the Renaissance Moyes era in particular as well. So, played a massive, massive role in the team. Clovis de Oliveira, Sebastio Lazzaroni, had back Rene again, Alfredo Monteso. So, it's been good. It's been great from that standpoint, you know. So we can be content. But now it's Coach Algrimson. And the thing is that we're gonna have to be quite have to support the manager, you know. That's what needs to be done. Because 2023 in itself is a very, very busy year. Because there is the Gold Cup, the Nations League, and also many, many friendlies as well. All right, folks. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more content.
This video is brought to you by MPEC Printery, specializing in t-shirt printing, posters, and shipping from the USA. Call 876-775-6692 or 876-337-7374. Andy Gone Nuts, 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is also brought to you by BLC Jamaica Security Electronics, specializing in alarm system, video surveillance, camera system or CCTV, barrier system, gate automation, and access control. Call 876-320-7711. That's 876-320-7711 or 876-351-1105. That's 876-351-1105.